Hey y'all, this is Nas.
Hey y'all, this is Chen, and this is
The QuietStorm Podcast, episode 12. And the title is What is generational trauma? What it look like? What it feel like? What it even sound like?
What it be like? What it be like? What it be like? And this is for
educational and entertainment purposes only.
Take what resonates.
And if it don't, let it fly. Let it fly.
Fly.
Mental check-ins.
Baby, my mental is flying. The mental is mentaling, okay? The mental is flying.
And flow. Oh.
I can't complain. I thank God.
That's right.
I thank God, baby. I thought I almost lost my life.
It's alright. It's alright. Because
it's okay. Grandma not mad. Grandma just hurt. Oh, listen. I thank God, honey.
That's right.
That I'm able to sit right here and talk. Can y'all hear me? Let me see. This mic on. Because I just thank God I'm able to sit right here and be able to speak into this mic. Okay?
Girl, you was not going to.
Don't tell me. You cannot tell me my experience. My experience was traumatic.
I'm not saying that, but the way how you talking, like this is gonna be the last time you gonna hear me. The last episode was gonna be her last episode. That's how she talking.
But that was really something. How's your mental?
I'm in good spirits. I feel like God is aligning everything in my favor.
Period.
And I'm not stressed about anything.
Period.
Like when I say I'm in flow, I'm in flow.
Period.
All I hear is
as you should be.
Abundance.
As you should be.
And in flow. That's it.
Let it all work out. Let it all work out. Yes.
Okay.
What's him?
Generational trauma. What is it? The best way I can describe generational trauma would be something traumatic. It could be physical, it could be spiritual. Sometimes it could even be financial. And instead of working on it, it passes through generations. Or instead of healing the trauma or even speaking out or acknowledging it, it passes through your mom, your dad, your cousin, the child that they birth goes to their kid and then their kid has it. But the real question is, how do we break generational trauma? Because I feel as though we know what it is, but how do we break it? Or how do we stop it from passing through other generations?
That's because it takes a special someone to say enough is enough. It take that one person. It take that black sheep to say, no, this is not it. It takes that one black sheep to say, my kids will no longer think this acceptable. My daughters will not think this is acceptable how to be treated. My son won't think that he has to look over his shoulder just because of the color of his skin. He's the target. that's stepping up, saying something, living in your purpose, being who you are, stops the generational trauma.
Mm. It was something that I was listening to today, and it was a young lady even said sometimes. Well, it was a therapist talking to a podcaster basically, and she was like, sometimes our success, the things that sometimes we even think us being in our purpose, can be a trauma response because not saying that like we're trying to be not saying that we're trying to be better or trying to unsolve the things that we went through or unsolve the things that we deem as wrong. It's more so of like you're pouring yourself into your work and not, or two ways you could think about it. You're pouring yourself into your work, trying to find acceptance or trying to break from that cycle, and it all comes back into the same things that your family been going through, or the trauma that you've been going through, but in a different aspect. Then the other way that she was talking about it is you're pouring yourself.
Can I want to point on something real quick. But if that is happening, wouldn't you, if you healing from it, or you think it's changed, wouldn't you catch that on? You would catch that on early. Like even if it's in a whole different you, like it should feel familiar as you're going through it. You get what I'm saying? Like if something, even if it's a whole nother scenario, you be like that because it's trauma. It would be a trigger,
right,
to say, "Oh no, like this feels too familiar," even if it's in a different
form.
Because even people that's in relationships can get in a relationship and be like, "Oh no, I know." Say I know a narcissist, but that narcissist could be. It would be, it could be something like, something different, and it was like you can get out of this because even if it's a different guy, different scenario,
the red flags.
Yes, early. You should be able to say this all feels so familiar. I know how to now, but you should be experienced. But that's another thing too. People should learn from mistakes. People should learn from trauma. People should learn from it instead of saying, "Oh God, why me? Why not you? Let's go."
Their failures. Because people are scared to fail.
Listen, listen. But you know what? But I'm not scared. I would say I understand that because I'm a type of person, and I'm a Taurus. I don't know if some people believe in the zodiacs, but I genuinely, when I learn something, like I teach myself a lot of things. And when I learn something, I like to go deep within it before I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta know why it happened, when it happened, what was the reason for it happening, because what the date was that. You know what I mean? Before I can be like, oh no, you can't call me on this because I done my research. You know what I mean? Like, I like to go
deep into the core. See, the thing about it is, I like that, but I'm that person that like being corrected, and people don't think I like being corrected. I like people telling me when I'm wrong or telling me, like, oh no, that's wrong, because I'm the person be like, oh, what you just said, that was wrong. That, like, and not in a way of like, oh, I'm think I'm better than you, or oh, I know this information. No, I want you to know the right thing. You could take that information so you could teach somebody else the right thing, because you don't want to. It's like that kind of the saying, the blind leading the blind. You don't want to just, not just with information, but with anything. You don't want to just uh give the wrong information, because you never know. Sometimes, especially on social media, people just take one little clip and just run with it instead of
the narrative of it.
Right, instead of actually, how you say, doing the research. But it could be somebody, they're like, hey, I know you can do the research, but I'm gonna tell you where to go to find that answer, and to make it so plain and simple, where they're not just taking somebody word for it and then that's it. No, right. No. Because I had people not saying correct me, but give me information and tell me where to find the information. Because I don't like people be like, oh yeah, just look it up. Okay. And then you go to this website, and this website says something different about this, and the information is not cohesive to what the point. But
got it.
Definitely. So what generational trauma you feel as though has been passed down in your lineage?
I plead the fifth.
Oh.
Won't get me. You won't get me.
That's crazy. Just that plead the fifth. Or what is some generational traumas that is common that is passed down?
Procrastination.
Okay.
I think. And you know what? I really want to say Christianity. I believe not, and I know that's probably going to ruffle some feathers, but remember when going to church back in the day with your grandparents? We had to actually be in church, and like people
grandparents.
No,
our mama.
No, not even that. But you had to be in that church
all day.
No, not even all day. I'm talking about the part where they want you to speak in tongues. You gotta sit there and do that.
I don't like that.
But it was like that's why I'm going with that trauma. Sitting there and making a child do that. That was, to me, that was somewhat of a ritual.
Oh, I never did it.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying.
Like that to me is trauma. Why are you making me stand here and do that? Like,
I understand because they say like the fruits, the fruit, but and then if you really read the Bible, they don't even talk about it. There's not really a religion.
It's not, which is man. But religion is man-made. But it was just like, I believe that's trauma because a lot of the people and elders and all of them that say, "Oh, you stand there and do that," I don't even believe that they were. Because of I'm not being judgmental, but how can you literally wholeheartedly say you of something but don't live it, and then try to make your child, the children and the grandchildren, you passing that down, and these poor kids don't know what the fuck going on.
But wouldn't that be in anything? Like,
oh, not even just not. I didn't want to say like
religion,
Christian, but like just general. Like you asked me what's some stuff that is crazy. That is insane.
I would just say we humans. We got a little contradictor here and there. We're allowed to grow out and then you evolve.
and that you are. You better live in your truth. You better listen. I listen. That's so true. Cause child, please.
Let me see another generational.
I know my kids be so tired of me talking to them, baby. I will listen. I will talk to them too, just to talking. I literally
treating your son better than your daughters. Not you, but just that's a generation.
I don't know one about me.
That's no, because I know you got a son and a daughter. That's why I was like, that's you.
Baby, they all get treated.
But that's a main one.
Not all having hatred towards your children.
That too.
Because a child can grow up in that and have kids and continue with that because they wasn't loved, and then they continue that, but it takes that special black sheep to say, I don't, this is not right. I wasn't treated right as a child. Let me change that. You know what I mean? Like, there's some mothers that can't stand their daughters. There are some mothers that can't stand their sons. There are some parents that just like, I love you, but I don't like you. I don't even want you around me. I don't even know why I gotta raise you. I don't even know why I made the decision. So because you made that decision, you don't even want to take care of your responsibility. And it's like,
it's because that's how whoever raised them. That's what they did.
Oh, here go another one. Boom. You can't stand a parent or something so much you become it. Clock it.
Clock that too.
You can't stand something so much you become it and don't even know it. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And you can't even see it because your mind is so far gone.
Trying to run away, and the whole time you need to be meeting that person at the door like
run away, I run. What was that
song? Ludacris.
Oh, that's Ludacris.
That wasn't Ludacris.
I thought that was Life. Is it Life? Anywho, yeah, I don't know.
Ludacris and Monica, and not Monica, but what's her name? What's her name?
Run away now.
What's the auntie? What's her name?
Mary J. Blige.
Her.
You was doing the dance on kind of late. That's the only part. It was next. It was Little Kim the way you was dancing. Hilarious.
That's crazy.
Chill, yes.
The famous one, the grandma, the baby.
Yeah.
The grandma, the baby. Jocelyn, she be saying some crazy stuff, but that one, it was like preach out. Because that one,
the grandma, the baby,
that will never leave generations.
Listen. I can't even, I'm at a point in my life, I can't, you know what, we were talking about this, I was thinking like, I was watching a YouTube video, and this grandmother was a grandmother at the age 30, baby.
30?
This lady was a grandmother at the age of 30. By the time I think the child was like 4, she was 34, and it was just like, wow. And in that moment, do you fail your child, or that's crazy?
The reason why the grandma the baby, because the mama stopped raising the child, so she tried to make up for it by raising her
grandbaby.
Right. She already knows that she failed the child.
So is that like a karma correction?
Hell no.
Would you think that just because you failed your child, you still gonna get your karma for that?
Oh no. The karma, sad to say, the karma is her raising child. You thought you was done?
Not sad to say.
You thought you was done? Give me that.
Yeah. The grandmother baby.
Exactly. She knew exactly what she was doing.
That is crazy. Listen. Yeah.
Yep. I ain't saying the kid the karma, but I'm saying the times that you were supposed to be nurturing, loving, pouring into your kid, and it doesn't happen because I wanna say honestly, women stop raising their girls at the age of 10, 11. I don't know why. And it's kind of weird. Like, women that's not, that haven't been brought up in love, in a survival state, and they haven't worked through their own or processed their own trauma, they stop raising their kids before they get to teenage years.
Even if they start raising, they get frustrated and don't want to. It's like, ugh, I don't want to deal with that. Ugh. And it's like, child, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's crazy.
Sure, I remember when my mom clocked out.
Child. I plead the
fifth. Try to clock back in, baby. You can't clock back in on me. I'm not a job. No, thank you.
I'm disgusted.
I'm disgusted.
No, for real.
But
Because that's fucked up.
these kind of conversations should be happening.
To break that generational.
Yep. So we can go through it to get through it.
Chill. I'm glad you saying it because when you realize that. Because I've been saying that to you for years.
What? Go through
Have these conversations. I've been saying that to you for the
I've
last.
been having these conversations with my friends for years.
Oh, back up. I have been telling you to have a conversation with specifically certain people in your life for about the last 6-7 years. Have I not?
But the thing about it
have I
you
not?
Gotta let me respond. Not
the way that
yes or no. Not the way that you want me to
it's
respond.
It's just a yes or no.
I understand it's a yes or no, but I'm going to get my point across. Thank you. I had these conversations several times. And unbeknownst to you or anybody else, but these conversations have been had several times to a point where I realized the last conversation was my actual conversation of letting go and forgiving and understanding that some of that hurt that I was holding on to didn't belong to me, genuinely speaking. Even stuff with my friends, even with you in a mirror, stuff that, and I realized why I was holding other people hurt. I had to understand that part as well. So trust me, all of the times that you've been talking, all of the times, trust me, these conversations been had. You probably not privy to the conversation, but these conversations been had.
Okay.
Oh, and as a kid
there's more.
Yeah, there is more. As a kid, as a child, to realize that you are not just emotionally aware, but you have to grow up fast because not in the sense of like you being fast in the ass, but more so being fast. You have to be fast mentally. You got to be quick because of the people that lack you in other places. Not
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's really true. That's true. True.
But healing trauma is not a one-stop shop.
Baby, and it ain't for the weak. It gets ugly.
Yeah.
It gets ugly. You will have to sit with yourself before you attack on the things that caused you that hurt, caused that trauma. You have to sit with yourself. It may take some journaling. It may take some crying. It may take some. I'm just going to lay on this floor in a star and just look.
And we forget that we are allowed to, like how we say free will, but I don't think we understand that we truly have free freaking will.
Of course not. Because
of trauma.
And how we are conditioned. Some are conditioned.
That involves in our trauma as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy. Ooh, child. But if you are out there and you are hurting and you know, I had a conversation with a young lady this earlier today as I was taking my son to school. I usually see this young lady a lot, and she said, "Hey," she called me Shin. She said, "Hey, Shin." I said, "Hey, girl, how you doing today?" She said, "I'm not good." I said, "Okay." And she said to me, "I am tired of raising these kids by myself." I was supposed to go. She was really upset because I guess she was supposed to go on a field trip with her son, with one of her sons, but she has like a 1 or almost 2, a tot, like a real the baby. He's so little though. She's like, I'm supposed his father this day. His father's supposed to be here, so I can go on the field trip with my other son. And she was like, I'm so hurt and I feel so dumb because I done did this, I done did this, I done did this, and he still stood me up. I said, let me tell you something. It's time for you to take accountability and hold yourself accountable of what the fuck you just did. Stop pointing a finger at that man. He showed you a long time ago who the fuck he was. Let him go.
Right.
You keep putting your trust in a stupid old nigga. How I say, how I go,
Put your
trust
trust in
in
a
the nigga,
nigga,
stupid
stupid
hoe,
hoe.
how
How you
you
figure?
figure?
He gonna fuck your best friend
Yeah,
and your
I
sister.
said, sister, when I listen, I literally
You
was
better bundle that baby up and go. We
yeah,
all going to
listen,
the
right.
trip.
I literally was giving her the business. She looked at me like she was crying. As her
Mm,
crying, she straightened up like, "You so right." It was like a light. I was like, I was giving it to a raw.
right.
I was so irritated to the point where I was like, no, what we not ready to do is sit here and say, oh, he did this.
Cause he
No,
low key wants
I
you to
said,
be
first
in
of
that
all,
space.
you allowed it. You gave these motherfucking roller skates and this motherfucking and ice skated all over the situation. Used and abused you, and look at you now in the same cycle he wants you in.
That's right.
Let him go. He's a grown ass man, know what he doing, and you're allowing it. And you're upset saying, "Oh, no, cut that shit out because I don't want to hear it. I don't."
Would that be a same tying it back kind of back into religion? Wouldn't that be the same? Well, I don't know if she is religious, but just knowing how black people are growing up, we grew up in the church. So wouldn't that be the same thing as trauma religion? Because you know
I don't know about all that,
that
but
saying. Because you people don't realize everything that we experience is for a reason. That's one.
yeah, and it's not
Two,
a coincidence.
yeah.
Right.
Two, it's aligning us for a certain reason to be in our purpose, to be
Right.
in His will. But what I'm saying is because of Christianity and because we know how much of a hold it has on not just the world, but our people,
Right.
black people, that saying forgive, love thy neighbor, don't that like don't matter if somebody shoots you in the foot, you're supposed to forgive them. And rightfully so. I believe you're supposed to forgive them, regardless of everything. Anything that happens, you're supposed to forgive, give grace. But because of that, that's her response to keep allowing him to do whatever he's doing.
But it was to the point I really felt bad for her. Not like in a sense it was like, damn, yo, like, and she was walking away and she was like, I'm so fucking stupid. And I was like, damn, us as women. Like, it hurt me to see a sister like that in that
Mm-hmm.
space.
Yep.
To the point where I was so mad, I didn't even want to, damn, I didn't want to feel bad. I said, baby, it's time to shake that shit off of you.
Right.
I was coming I was coming towards her as I didn't want to be, I'm not judging her. Of course not. I was coming to her as like, baby,
Giving her a reality check.
you gotta get it together.
Right.
Like, this is not it. You know what's at hand. Move around, ho. Let's go. We don't have listen, we don't have no more time to sit and be sorry for ourselves.
That's right.
It's time to get the fuck up and go.
Right.
I was, and she was looking, and then she was walking away. As much as she was breaking down, she kept saying, "Oh, thank you, appreciate it. I appreciate you." And I was coming, I was coming in the house, and I was so pissed. I started to call. I don't even know the dude. I just said, "You motherfucker, got her like that."
Mm-mm.
No, you's a bitch ass nigga. You's a bitch.
Mm-mm. It's not even a dude. It's the devil.
I don't care what. I don't even know. But it was like I had to tell her. She was like. She also was telling me like stuff that she was like. I have been. Apparently, I guess he's on a run, and she was like, I've been saving him. I told her, baby, he ain't for you to save. And in that moment, as me telling her that song when it was like, only thing that was saving you is the heart of a fucking woman. You know that song I'm talking about? Because there's really women out here who's saving
Man.
men
Mm-hmm.
that don't even want to save themselves. And baby, you crushing yourself and your soul. And I had to tell her, I said, you crying. And she's like, because I saw her tell her other kid, I'm sorry, baby, I can't go with you on a trip. But go ahead and walk down. And I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna watch you. And I said to tell her, I said, even though you started crying as that baby walked away, I said, you don't think he feel that?
Right.
Even though you don't, these kids, you thinking these kids don't understand, they see and feel they came through you. They feel every emotion you feel. They know when something's wrong. Just how a mother knows if something is going on. That day my baby got hit, I didn't know what was going to happen that day. But I felt it. I felt something is going to happen. Like, I could feel it, but didn't know it was going to be to that extent.
Right.
So when it came to that extent, I was trying to be present for her and be calm because that was something that I'm like, yo, this is fucked up, you know?
Right.
Like I have to be in even though my world is crashing, I wanted to crash the fuck out. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't. I want us women, to tighten the fuck up. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's time to tighten. There's so much stuff going against us. Even the men. I don't know what they're eating. I don't know. And it's like they want to, the men want to be us. And it's time as women not to be catty. What happened to girls being girls? I got your back, sister. Come on.
Oh, girl, it's a fake. It's fake. It's fakery out here.
Right, but that's my point.
I know, but I'm just saying it's fakery. Women are not girls. Girls, they clicky, 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 clicky,
What does
clicky,
that
and
mean?
it's in a wrong way. Like I have seen because of social media.
No, I'm
If
saying
you
like,
don't,
what does clicky mean? Like
I'm
what?
about to explain it.
Okay.
So because of social media, if you don't meet their aesthetic, they don't want to be friends with you.
Okay. I
Or
see
if you
what you're
don't
saying.
meet that, you don't.
Is that
Yeah, then
criteria?
yeah, that which is okay. People, you can have standards for everything in life, but when it comes to that superficial, oh, you gotta have the best bust down ever, or you gotta
You know.
you gotta be this type of way. No, as long as you improving yourself, you willing to you looking for a community, as long as you wanting to change, you wanting to have women around you to push it, pour into you so you can pour into them, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, we are, how she say, we are in a space where we realize there's nobody for us but us as women.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I say, sad to
Absolutely.
say,
Absolutely.
I love black men. I love black men, but you are, get off my back. You're not. I'm not your backbone. Literally.
That's the generational trauma. It's stemmed from the mother. Literally. It's literally. And it's sad to say some women out here is like My son, my son, my son. I'm so happy I have a son. He a little firecracker though.
But that's the part. The reason why it's like that is because we as women has like as a how I picture it as far as in
Yeah,
trauma, they stopped raising us and they continue to raise their sons. They continue to coddle their sons,
that's what it is.
and not just
It's the coddle. Oh, my son. Oh,
he
he
could be
not.
35
He
years
can.
old and he can still in on hard
Yeah, but that's
shorts.
the generational trauma where they wasn't loved properly. Their man that they need around.
Oh, and then seek it into their sons.
Right.
Hmm.
Let's talk
Oh,
about it.
so that mean that daddy didn't do his
Right.
big one.
Right. just drop the tree stump. That was it.
That's why I don't. That's why I have enough sense to know that I have to get my mental all the way in check before I have kids. That was literally outside of whatever I've been through, but me, I can't be nobody's mom if I'm not all the way. If I didn't,
Honestly,
I'm not all the way together.
If I knew what I knew now about like this fake ass world, I wouldn't have kids. But I can't say that because now that I have kids, my purpose, I understand my purpose, and it involved and it was around my kids. If I didn't have kids, I wouldn't have found my purpose. I do believe I would have been following the society purpose instead of mine. So, yeah. Damn, life is something.
Life is beautiful. The earth is just ghetto.
In all forms of life, though, is beautiful. Like I can literally sit in my car or wherever I'm at and watch nature, and they trip. Birds alone trip you. You just watch a bird, and they will make you laugh.
I'm not watching no parrot. I'm not
Oh well,
into
yeah, but I'm just
that.
saying.
I'm going to say I've been through traumatic events with birds. I'm good on
And you
them.
know what I want to tell you too, though. Remember, you got attacked by that bird, and I thought it was so funny. I apologize. Because I had literally lived that moment in full circle. When I thought I was gonna
die,
my daughter sat and laughed at me, and all I could say was, "That shit was not funny."
at all. Could you really like what in the world is going on? Is it me or you?
And she was like, "No, ma, because you should have." And then it was what really pissed me off is when she recorded me.
Oh, I didn't get that part. When did she do that?
I said, "And you going to sit there and record?" She said, "Because I was trying to figure out what was going on." Instead of recording, you should have been trying to help.
See this generation. They want to pull out the phone for everything.
Listen, I was so pissed. And I said, you know what? Damn, that was a full circle moment. I gotta apologize.
I appreciate your apology. Because
I was in that moment, I specifically remember me hollering when you was attacked by that bird.
That was crazy. And the fact that it happened back to back, I don't know what was going on.
It happened back to back.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I think it happened like a week after the first one. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
And I'm still
Not
fucked up.
I want to say, I don't know who out there trying to be a monster spirit or trying to create a mental warfare with me, but I was done and over it. But I haven't seen a bird like that in a minute though. How it looked like a crow, but I know it wasn't a crow.
Chill.
And it had gray eyes.
For you to be that close with that bird really was trying.
Face to face. It was really coming to me. You know how people like, no, it be in a direction. No, it was dodging at me. It had free will to go out the door, to go anywhere, but coming to me? Oh, hell no. What is going on?
Yeah. That is crazy. That is really crazy. Yeah. Yeah, but I believe we are in a time where things that used to fly, I say 10, 15, 20 years ago, it ain't flying no more. Like, not as far as the birds. Gee.
Not still dramatic.
Not the trauma. Yeah, no, I'm talking about far as situations. Yeah, I said fly. She like
Buckeye. Like what a minute.
Where you see the bird at? That's wild.
Bro, 15, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a month ago.
Okay.
I'm so serious because if you really think,
I didn't say you was. I just told her okay because your time. I said a timeline for a specific reason, but I understand why you said yours. That's why I said okay.
No, I'm saying as far as in like how I think about like the world and how we pivot so much as far as in like the pandemic. Think about the pandemic and how everybody was so conditioned and so set in a system where they believed everything that was coming in.
Believe in consented.
Yeah, that's true. Consented was definitely the big part of it because people was getting COVID-19 shots to work, COVID-19 shots to travel, COVID-19 shots to do this. Don't know what they putting in our body. Then there's media saying, "Oh, they putting trackers in our body." Then there's media saying, "Oh, they're killing us," which I think they were. And that's another conversation for another day. But and those things were so like in our face, and then we were seeing people die. Like you can pull up your phone and literally watch someone pass away, and it's okay. And people,
but where are the guidelines for that? Where's the block stations on that? Hello, who reported that video? That would be crazy. How can y'all pick and choose what y'all want somebody to see? Even though like
there's propaganda. Like,
yeah, but that's crazy. How can somebody that's trying to promote their business, say they got a they promoting their bracelets. I'm just using bracelets as an example. Mm-hmm. And somebody reported, "Oh, you got to do an appeal," but you don't appeal a video of somebody dying. You know what I'm saying?
Because they made it so accessible and made it okay for people to just think like,
I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. Strong, ain't it? It's very bitter.
You need water after this.
I know you got some water bottles.
You want one?
I would like 3.
3?
Yes.
Who said I had enough for 3?
Because you told me. You say I got some waters. Yeah.
I drink a lot of water just like you. A thirsty goat.
I need some water. I knew it. I got waters, but they're not cold.
They're not.
Yeah, they good room temperature. Well, I would want to say, if no one told you today, I love you. You're doing great. keep going. Take one day at a time. Even if you know you want to change, you want change, you want to change something about your life, you want to do better, one day at a time. Even if it's a little bit, you know you having trouble, just do something every day to work towards your goal. Even though and just know that you are loved. Even if you don't know that you love yourself enough to make a change. Thank you. I love y'all.
I love y'all. Adding on to what she's saying, know that dark days do not last forever. I always say everything is intentional. Take yourself out of your situation and understand what is the lesson that I'm learning in this current moment. In this situation, whatever situation, even if it's good, even if it's bad, take yourself out of the situation. Literally, you got to do a remove yourself and look at it fully and ask yourself, what am I learning? If I'm not learning anything, that's where you need to pivot to something else. And the something else can be changing your mindset, changing the way whatever you're doing. If it's not for you within your purpose, change it. Because at this point, we live in purposeful lives, and we in abundance. We are in flow.
Period.
And I thank you. Thank you for listening. We love y'all. Thank you for listening.